Hello, welcome all. In this session, I'm going to talk about directive principles of state policy. The Constitution of India is the supreme law of India. It came into existence on 26 January 1950. It is the longest written constitutions of any sovereign country in the world, containing 444 articles, 12 schedules, 22 parts, and 94 amendments. Part 4, Article 36 to 51 deals with the various directive principles of state policy. So let's discuss the one by one. First, we will discuss the history. The concept of the directive principle of state policy was borrowed from the Irish Constitution. The makers of the constitutions of India were influenced by the Irish nationalist movement. The principles have been inspired by the directive principles given in the constitutions of Ireland and also by the principles of Gandhism and were related to the social justice, economic welfare, foreign policy, and legal and administrative matters. The directive principles of state policy are guidelines to the central and the state governments of India to be kept in mind while forming laws and policies. These provisions contained in Part 4 of the Constitution of India are not enforceable by any court, but the principles laid down therein they are considered fundamental in the governance of the country, making it the duty of the state to apply these principles in making laws to establish a just society in the country. Directive principles of state policy aims to create social and economic conditions under which the citizens can lead a good life, establish social and economic democracy through a welfare state. They act as a yardstick in the hands of the people to measure the performance of the government. The directive principles are non-justiciable right of the people. The directive principles, through not justiciable, are fundamental in the governance of the country. These are the major characteristics of the directive principles of the state policy. Article 36 Difference of state. The state includes the government and the parliament of India and the government and the legislature of each of the states and all the local and other authorities within the territory of India and under the control of government of India. Article 37 Application of the principle. Article 38 The state to secure a social order for a promotion of a welfare of people. Article 39 Certain principles of policy to be followed by the state. Equal rights to the main women, ownership of resources, equal pay for equal work, protection of children. So these are major 4 points we have discussed in the fundamental rights in the last session. Article 39A Equal justice and free legal aid to citizens having economic and other disabilities. Article 40 Organizations of village panchayats. Article 41 Right to work, to the education and to public assistance in certain cases. Article 42 Provision for just and human conditions of poor and maternity relief. Article 43 Living wage, good working conditions for workers. Article 43A Participation of workers in management of industries. Article 44 Uniform Civil Code of Citizens. Article 45 Provisions for free and compulsory education for children. Article 46 Promotion of educational economic interests of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other weaker sections. Article 47 Duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living to improve public health. Article 48 Organizations of agriculture and animal husbandry. Article 48A Protection and improvement of environment and safeguarding of forest and wildlife. Article 49 Protect and of monuments and places and objects of national importance. Article 50 Separation of judiciary from executive. Article 51 Promotion of international peace and security, just and honorable relations, encourage settlement of international disputes by arbitration. So this was all the articles which belongs to the directive principles of the state's policy. Implementation of directive principles of the state policy through the Land Reform Act, through banking policy, through fixation minimum wages for employees engaged in various employments, through welfare schemes for the weaker section and through nuclear disarmament. Through Panchayat Raj as well through Equal Remuneration Act of 1976, the through Consumer Protection Act 1986, and the 86th Constitutional Amendment of 2002 inserted a new article, that is Article 21A. So this is how the implementation of Directive principles of state policy has been done, and this is going on till now. Amendments to DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy. An amendment requires the approval of two-thirds of the member present and voting. Major amendments, Article 31C, inserted into the Directive Principle of the State Policy by 25th Amendment Act of 1971, seeks to upgrade the DPSP. Article 48A, which ensures protection and improvement of environment and safeguarding of forest and wildlife, was added by the 42 and Amendment Act 1976. These are the major amendments. One more, the Article 45, which ensures provision for free and compulsory education for children, was added by the 86th Amendment Act 2002. The conclusion, the directive principles of state policies are non-justiciable right to the people, guideline to the central and state governments of India, not enforceable by any government, any court, considered fundamental in the governance of the country. It is the duty of the state to apply these principles in making laws to establish a just society in the country. In fact, it is the duty of the state to be kept in the mind of directive principles of state policy while framing laws and policies to establish a just society in the country. Thank you. So within this slide, we will discuss fundamental duties as well. Just give me a minute. Defining fundamental duties at length. The fundamental duties were added in 1976 upon recommendation of the Swaran Singh Committee that was constituted by Indira Gandhi just after a declaration of national emergency to study and amend the constitution. This committee was under the chairmanship of Sardar Swaran Singh, India's longest serving Union Cabinet Minister. Based on his recommendations, the government incorporated several changes to the constitution, including the preamble through the 42nd Amendment, which included the fundamental duties under the Indian constitutions. However, by the 26th Amendment in 2002, the original 10 duties were then increased to 11 under the Article 51A, Part 4A of the Constitution of India. The 10 fundamental duties are as follows: to oblige with the Indian constitutions and respect the national anthem and flag, to cherish and follow the noble ideas that inspired the national struggle for freedom, to protect the integrity, sovereignty, and the unity of India, that to defend the country and the perform national services if and when the country requires, to promote the spirit of harmony, brotherhood amongst all the people of India, renounce any parties that are derogatory to women, to cherish and preserve the rich national heritage of our composite culture, to protect and improve the natural environment includes lakes, wildlife, rivers, forest, to develop scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry, to safeguard all public property, to strive towards the excellence in all genres of individual and collective activities. The 11th fundamental duty which was added to the list in under the Article 51A Part 4A, that is the to provide opportunity for education to children between 6 to 14 years of age, and duty as parents to ensure that such opportunities are being awarded to their child. The 11th fundamental duties look at the crisis in Indian society and become a tool for straightening it out. They serve as a source for protection for the liberty of the people. So this is all about the fundamental duties. There was only 10 duties. Later the 11 duties has been added under the Article 51A Part 4A. Thank you. Best wishes.